Class, another demonstration video, this time again on page 23, but we're going to be looking at the song at the top of the page, which is Hesitation, right? Notice in Hesitation that we have notes traded between the left and right hands, but there are these little squiggly lines in the right hand in between these notes. These are what we would call rests, right? Rests are nothing more than a placeholder for notes, meaning that they still count as a beat of music or beats of music, but there's no sound present during those times, right? Think about it like this. We need rests in order to create melodies. We can't have just a constant, ever-running stream of notes. That would just get monotonous and boring. We need breaks, just like when we speak. We take breaths, we take natural pauses. That's what rests do for music. So I'm going to flip the camera around and I'm going to let you look at page 23 and I'm going to show you what I've written in here and some ways that you can write these same things in here to aid you in learning this piece of music and not to forget these rests. Here we see, as I said before, we look at the right hand of the piece of music. And what I've done here is, no, these are not fingerings, these are actually counts. Refer back to the previous lecture video on elements of rhythm. Here we have a note and then another note, but in between these notes we have these little squiggly lines. These are called quarter note rests, right? This is a whole note rest, another whole note rest, quarter note rest, quarter note rest. So how we would count this would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice how 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't go done, done. 1, 3. I left a pause in between those notes. So how that would sound and counted would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Do not fall into the pitfall of this. No, you've disregarded these rests. Do not disregard these rests. Now I'm going to have my assistant come over here and hold this camera. Hopefully you have the music in front of you so that you can watch me play this piece of music. And in this piece of music, I'm going to count out loud so that we can get this timing correct. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So as we can see, those rests were taken into account when I played that music. Even though I said beat 2, music was not played on beat 2. Now, real quick, let's just do a quick review of writing in our fingering right here. This is obviously 1, and if we were to count up, C, D, E, F, G, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we play this with our 5th finger. Here, 5. What's next? Going up, 4, 3. This should be getting pretty familiar. Now let's look at this measure. We play this with a 1, this with a 5. Does this measure look similar to this measure? Yes, they do. In fact, they're the same measure. We can go ahead and write our fingerings in there. And I think with a little bit of hard work, you guys can figure out the rest of the fingerings for this piece of music. If we know that G is played with our 5th finger and that's also a G, I think you can figure out what fingering goes right there. So class, this ends this demonstration of page 23. When you're ready, go on to the next video. We'll be discussing a new hand position. Okay? Until then, take care.